What up, world? I'm Steve, founder and CEO of CryptoCrewUniversity.com. Today we have another exciting video to get to. We have some big signals coming in crypto. Some good, some bad. Some for the short term, some for the long term. We're going to cover all of those signals in today's video. If you guys are new here, you definitely want to subscribe, join this powerful movement, hit that subscribe button right now. We're going to start this off a little bit differently. I want to introduce you to Noah. Noah is a part of the Crypto Crew, and today I got to speak on the phone with Noah, and what he told me you're definitely going to want to hear. We're going to summarize it real quick now, and then at the end of the video we'll give some more details. But the short story is Noah was down about 50% in his portfolio, which I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to. Then Noah decided to invest in my classes, the intermediate and advanced. It was during these classes that Noah, for the first time ever, identified himself as a swing trader. One of the biggest steps that most people miss, and it's the most critical one, you have to identify yourself as a day trader, a swing trader, or an investor. You have to know what the differences are between each, and you have to know which indicators work with each and what time frames work with each. So Noah identified himself as a swing trader. And after the classes were complete, Noah made his first trade using the strategies he learned in my classes. In his first trade, Noah made more than all of my classes cost in one trade, in his first trade. I want you guys to guess right now, how much did Noah make? I want to see who is closest to this. What percent profit did Noah make in his first trade with his new strategy? And how much dollars did he make? We'll cover that at the end of the video. Write in the comments now what your guesses are. Let's see who's closest. Okay, now we're going to do both the good news and the bad news. We're going to do the short term and the long term, but we're going to start with the short term. All right, so we're on Bitcoin chart here. It's a daily chart, and we're on Coinergy. So what I want to show you first is we're going to go ahead and zoom in on what's happening right now. And we've got some good signals coming in with this bar that we have right now, okay? So this, let me increase this even more. This candle right here is looking good. Now, it's not complete yet, but if the body of this candle closes above 6,650, we're going to be looking really good. The body of the candle is the green part, not the wicks that stick out the bottom and the top, generally stick out the bottom and the top. The body, if you guys come back to Coinergy, you look at the daily chart, and this candle is closed, and you see the body closed above 6,650, it's a great sign. The reason is that will be an engulfing candle, which means that we're going to be continuing up for the next few days. So that's good signal number one. The second thing I want to get to is if you look down here at the stochastics, we're looking close to a cross. We haven't gotten confirmation on the cross or confirmation on the signals that we look for to point to the upward movement. Those signals haven't come in yet. And if you're new to, Steve, how do I look at the stochastics? How do I know when it's pointing up? We go over that in the advanced classes in detail so you can look for specific signals, but we haven't gotten those yet. However, if we get this engulfing candle, which seems more than likely at the moment, we're going to be heading up for the next few days. If we do that, those signals are going to come in more than likely on the stochastics. And if those come in, then that means our momentum is now going up, which confirms that this, what we're in right now, is the beginning of our up move, which is fantastic. Let me give you a warning sign, because we're realistic on this channel. I'm not, oh, Bitcoin to the moon. We don't talk like that ever. We give actual opinions based on facts and evidence in the chart. What I will tell you is if we start moving up, the most critical level to watch for is this one, 7,750. We talked about this level a lot. we must pass this level on a move up. It's about a 30% move, measured move here. I think it's about a 30%. Yeah, 27.7% move, which is a pretty solid move. To get that move as a swing trader, props to you. Now, we must close above here, and then a few things are going to start to happen. If you guys look, the 50-day moving average and the 100-day is coming down, and that's going to act as pretty big resistance. Right now that level is about 8,000. By the time we get up there, it might move down to just about 8,000 or maybe just slightly under, but it's going to be right around 8,000 by the time we get up there. And that's going to act as pretty big resistance, guys. And if we get above 7.7, we're going to have a squeeze if we can hold support on this level. So that's what we're looking for in the short term. But I did tell you that we have bad news, and I did tell you we need to look at the big picture. So let's zoom out and see what's happening. Well, first, before we do that, let's talk about some small pictures again. Down here on Bitcoin, we have our critical level on the RSI, on the daily chart, at about 46.9. Now, that's been a critical level for a few years, okay? That's why we got rejected from it a few times. A critical level of support for us has been at 30, especially during this bear market. But we have held support on this 47 line clearly during this period, okay? So what we want to do is when we have this move up, we want to pass 7.7 and we want to get above this level on the daily RSI. We want to do both of those. If we do, that is signaling a lot of strength, and that's what we want to see. So pay attention to those two levels. Now let's zoom out and see what we're talking about for the big picture. For the big picture, we broke market structure, and I'm not thrilled about it, but I'm not really dwelling on it. And the reason is we didn't break our complete market structure. We just broke our market structure for the past few months. Now, you may be asking yourself, Steve, please explain, what does that mean, market structure? What it means is we created a change in trend here. What is this? 2 months ago. This was significant. We've talked about it on the channel. We made our lowest low here in February. The brutal February 6th, I'm sure you guys remember. That was our lowest low. Then we proceeded to make a higher low. This confirmed a change in trend. That confirmed an uptrend, not a bull market. We've never said that we're in a bull market for good reason, and I'm sure you guys know the reason now why that is. We were in an uptrend, absolutely. We were still in a bear market, but we were in an uptrend. We worked hard to make that uptrend. And then we proceeded to make a higher high, higher than this previous one, which confirmed our uptrend. This was all fantastic news. However, this recent move down to 6,001 broke it, meaning that all this is nullified. All this hard work that we've done to get this uptrend is no longer. We're no longer in an uptrend. We're officially in a change in trends, and we're officially in a downtrend in a bear market until we break a new high. We would need to break 7,007 to start changing the trend and start this process over again, which comes back to that critical point. We must pass that. Now, I will say, if we take a look even in the bigger picture, if we zoom out, guys, we're in a great place. We're in a phenomenal place. We were first talking about the little picture, then we were talking about a medium-sized picture. I want to take a step back and look at this whole chart in front of us right here. And I'm excited about this chart. You should be excited about this chart. And the reason is simple. The worst is behind us. Absolutely. Guys, we've seen a 70% drop from 20,000 down to 6. We're not going to see another 70% drop. The worst is behind us. Can we go down further on the next leg, down further past 6.1? Yeah, absolutely, because we broke market structure. Absolutely. Are we going to go much lower? No, we're not, guys. The reality is we've hit some bumps in the road. Bitcoin is battling. We may go down further, but it's not going to be much further. But hey, let's look on the bright side. In the really big picture, this is a phenomenal opportunity. Guys, these markets flush out a lot of the weak players, and you guys are here to make money. There's money on all of these moves. All these moves up and all these moves down, and you'll see what Noah did at the end of the video. There's money to be made always. All right? And then in the really big picture, I love where we're at. Okay? So that's my take on what's happening right now. I'm not that nervous. All right? I'm still confident. If we broke 6,000, I would be nervous. However, signals are starting to point that we're starting to put together some momentum right now. Now, I also want to cover Ethereum. For everybody in the crypto crew, you guys like when I cover more coins, so this is for you. Ethereum, my baby. Ethereum is very different. The chart setup is very different than Bitcoin, and the reason is simple. We created a low here. We created a lower low, our third lower low, and our fourth lower low. You remember Bitcoin bottomed on that February day, which is, right here in Ethereum. Ethereum was in trend at this point. The trends are so critical to understanding crypto. I can't stress that enough. You have to know what trend we're in. You have to know what that means in terms of trading. So Ethereum was in power at this point, which is why on February 6th, it didn't create its low. It had too much momentum behind it. And it ended up creating its low here, which Bitcoin didn't. Bitcoin was then in power. And the powers reversed. And this run that Ethereum had was more than double that of Bitcoin. And that's why its low here didn't break market structure. Ethereum has not broken market structure. In fact, if we take it a step further and we look at the big picture in Ethereum, the most critical level in Ethereum, 400. Why? For the past year, almost to the day, the past year, $400, and this is on the US, right? $400 US has been the most critical level in all of Ethereum with support and resistance. It was major resistance for the better part of 5-6 months here. Then we broke it. We broke that resistance on 11/25 with that huge run up. I think we went to 14. Yeah, 14 and change. All right, huge move. And then look, we held support through this period. We broke it momentarily, creating our low, and then we held support. Strong level is 400. And we haven't broken market structure. Looking good. Our critical level on the RSI, daily chart RSI for Ethereum, is right at 50. The other critical level is right at 30. So you can see 50 has been a critical level for the whole history of Ethereum. Not the past couple days or couple weeks. The entire history of Ethereum, the most critical level is 50, holding support and resistance. We got just rejected with resistance a few times. So this next leg up with Ethereum, we got to pass this 50 level on the daily RSI. If we do that, it's more than likely we're going to create a higher high. So we created our low, we created a high, we created a higher low. If we continue a momentum here, we need to create a higher than, well, this is a big move. Let's do a measured move and see what that would give us here if we were to create a higher high. We're going to go ahead and press shift. 86% move. Can Ethereum have juice to make an 86% move from here? We'll have to see. If it does, it's more than likely we're going to have a golden cross. Golden cross, the 50-day crossing back through the 200, which signals fantastic opportunity. We'll be covering that in close detail. And we're also going to talk about the death cross real quick in Bitcoin. And then we need to get to what happened with Noah. So that's my take on Ethereum. Ethereum is showing still a lot of strength during this chaotic moment. You can see the stochastics is in the same opportunity as Bitcoin. And the RSI is right at about 40. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. We need to pass these critical levels that we talked about. Now, what I want to share with you is some quick thoughts on the death cross. We're back here on Bitcoin. And remember, guys, way back here, way back here in the early January, if you guys were a part of the crypto crew and back here, we were talking about how we had a rounded 50-day moving average, and we started talking about how that is a warning. And then everybody in the crypto crew said we were maybe the first or one of the first to talk about the death cross. I don't have the facts. You guys said we were one of the first, so I believe you. We started talking about the death cross. And the sentiment in the overall market was, yeah, the death cross is not too important. It is. We talked about how it's important. Look what's happened since then, guys. We have never, again, gotten above the 200-day moving average. The 200-day has been pushing us down this entire way. So we have to pay attention to how that plays out. Again, Ethereum is going to be trying to make a golden cross soon. Ethereum is a little more showing strength. And Bitcoin is still a little ways away from having that opportunity. So we need to see how this chart plays out. Let's get back to what happened with Noah. Before we get to what happened with Noah, I just want to reference to everybody in the crypto crew. Listen up if you are an expert for WordPress. All right? I'm looking for a WordPress expert. My email is going to be linked in the description. If you are an expert and you have so much passion about WordPress and websites, then email me. I would love to hire you. Be a part of the crypto crew. So this is Noah. If you guys missed it in the beginning, Noah is a part of the crypto crew. I talked on the phone with Noah. He shared something very critical that you're going to want to hear. We'll summarize it real quick, and then I want to see who's closest for these guesses. So Noah was 50% down, as we said before, in his crypto portfolio, which I'm sure most of you guys are. And Noah invested in my intermediate and advanced classes. And Noah learned the most important piece to his trading, which is how to identify himself. Is he a day trader, swing trader, investor? What are the differences between the three? Which indicators are the best for each one? Which time frames are the best? Which strategies are the best? He identified himself as a swing trader. In the first trade he made after the classes, Noah made more than the entire investment of the classes. So we're going to unveil it now. What did Noah make? So we're going to go here. We're going to change the color. So if you guys guessed 25% profit, let's see who was closest for the dollar amount. Again, this is on Noah's first trade after the classes were finished. And Noah told me on the phone that since then he's made a lot of successful trades, and he's incredibly surprised at the success and the strategies that he learned with my classes. So Noah made $3,920 on his first trade. So just a round of applause to Noah. This brings a smile to my face. This is why I teach. I love this. So guys, if you want to be like Noah, if you're down in your portfolio, you know that you're making some mistakes, especially in this market when we're about to go up. You want to have a strong strategy. You want to know if you're a day trader, swing trader, investor. You want to know what you're doing. You want to have step by step. My classes are linked below. You can sign up. I have my email if you have further questions about the classes. But I want to see you like Noah, providing for his family. Noah, by the way, cute family. So again, congratulations to Noah. What I'm doing with my students starting today and the next handful of days is trying to talk to as many of them as I can so that I can get to know them better and learn how I can provide more value, be a better teacher, and take their level to the next level. So that's my passion. So I spoke to Noah as well as a handful of others, and we'll speak to more tomorrow and the next day and the next day. And congratulations to Noah. And I look forward to welcoming you guys in to the classes. Let me check my notes if we have anything else. That is about it. I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day. And again, we've got some good news, guys. This is an exciting opportunity in crypto. We are right in the mix of it. We're in a good spot. I like where we're heading, so you should too. Peace and love to the crypto crew. We'll see you on the next video.